Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 4 of the Danger Zone podcast. This, after the last episode, is a huge deviation from kind of the format of the last one. There is no format to this one. That was kind of the point. And we just talked about random bullshit. There was no topic really in mind, and it was just a lot of fun. We sat and covered the spectrum of random things, I think. So hopefully this is a nice little break from some serious conversation that will conversation that will be pleasing to your earballs and have you come back for more. So without any further ado, this is the Danger Zone podcast, episode 4.
Highway to the danger zone. Gonna take it right into the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone.
So you're on that mad dash to fucking get the house prepped, huh? I like that.
Yeah, it's my house is always when nobody's here. It's always a little messy. It's not dirty, you know what I mean. There's not like
I feel you.
Yeah, it's just I don't make my bed. I don't.
Yeah.
I have clean laundry laying everywhere, or at least mostly
that's my
clean.
bedroom right now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things.
Yeah, that's like I would think comparably, I would never actually be really devastatingly embarrassed by the state of my apartment. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, man, I'm gonna make sure everything is goddamn put away and straightened and all of that. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean my apartment looks like a semi-responsible 23-year-old's apartment, not like a mid late 30s. Shit, I'm gonna be 40 soon. Man.
Whatever.
Yeah, with kids.
You got that single dad thing going on though. I feel like you actually get like credit for that somehow. It's like, well,
Yeah, maybe.
kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
Yeah.
but I totally feel you on that. And I feel like that's my life just kind of summed up in a lot of things. Like I don't think I'm that proactive or productive in things until it's like fucking crunch time.
Yep.
Like my homework, if I literally sit down to start my homework a week before it's due, I'll sit there for 4 hours and get almost nothing accomplished because I'm
Yep.
like, well, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as it's like fucking day of, I'll go knock it out. I'm like researching, I'm writing, and like it's all fucking flowing because it just has to go.
Yep.
Like I need that little rush of like, it's fucking go time, bro. Otherwise, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm the exact
Well,
same way. I think that's the
well.
definition of procrastinators. Like how does that phrase go? Like if you wait till the last minute, it only takes a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that fucking sounds good, and I'm not completely upset about that.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a joke, obviously, but it stuck with me. It hit home so hard that I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, if you
I'm
only
gonna
have an
live my
hour-
entire life like this.
if you only have an hour.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like I'll be more fucking pissed off because if I do start it, let's say hypothetically a week early or something like that, I don't know, maybe I'll put more attention to detail in it, but I guarantee my brain is not firing on all of the cylinders that it needs to be, like with a fucking purpose, because I'm just like lollygagging because I have all the fucking time in the world, and I'm like, well, I can get sidetracked for a minute, and then me sitting there for 5 hours trying to accomplish something
Yeah.
has really not even done anything.
Well, that's
I don't
I mean, I think obviously a lot of people
My own excuse.
have those issues.
Me
But it
lying
comes
to
down to
myself.
just procrastination and
Woo!
bad habits, man. That's just a bad habit that a lot of us have. So,
Yeah.
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 Life
I
goes
was
on.
watching a TED talk on something about people that are constant procrastinators. And obviously there's like a happy balance like everything in life, but people that are too active in getting things done immediately without getting anywhere close to their deadline like negatively impacts them because they don't leave themselves enough room for growth or seeing other opportunities because they're so focused on I need to fucking get this done early that they miss out on that week where it might be floating around in the back of their mind like subconsciously and they don't even fucking know it, and they're kind of working things out a little bit. And then obviously the people that procrastinate to the very fucking end, like maybe me or you, and it's like, well, you can only really do so much in those 2 hours. You might get it done, but so
Yeah.
I guess like everything, it's the.
I think a
fall
lot of it
between.
has to do with how comfortable you are just, winging it too. If you're one of those people that,
Yeah.
if that gives you anxiety, beyond belief, you're probably, I'm, just guessing here, but you're probably less likely to be a procrastinator. If you're comfortable with just kind of winging it and going with the flow and jumping feet first into something and seeing what happens, then I'm probably more comfortable with just putting things off until you only have a couple minutes and just say, fuck it.
I have to do that.
Here's my best shot. So let the
have to do
chips
that in
fall
life.
where they may.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Just make it happen.
Yeah.
It'll be what it is.
That's the whole Trump presidency philosophy, actually.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking
Yeah.
that spun around in my mind, and I was like, this is really relatable, right?
Yeah, I was just
What the
watching
fuck?
the video of him breaking all these like etiquette rules within the first few minutes of meeting the Queen, and
Oh God, I'm sure.
people's comments were like, God damn it, why can't he just get
was
briefed
it? Was
for
it-
5 minutes? Like, you're going to
Was
go
it-
out, do this, don't do this.
Was it Jimmy Carter that kissed the Queen on the fucking mouth?
Oh
Was that who it
God,
was?
I don't know, I don't
It was one of
remember.
our presidents. I want to say it was
I
Jimmy
was like
Carter
born
fucking-
when he left office.
who kissed the Queen on the mouth, and she rightfully like freaked out, and everybody was
yeah.
like, "What in the fuck did he just do?" And she made some comment like, "The last person to kiss me on the mouth was my dead husband."
Oh.
Everybody was like, "Oh shit, Jimmy."
Oh man.
Sorry, Jimmy Carter, if this wasn't you. I think it was though, but who knows?
I wonder if it was one of those things
We
like
could
he
blame
meant to
some
do
other
like a
asshole.
chick.
Oh
what's that called?
shit, and they faked
cheek
left.
kiss.
Someone went
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, could have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see the footage, but I heard somebody talking about it recently, and I was like,
I'm gonna have to check it
it
out.
sounded like he went in for that shit. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll
Sounds like
have
fake news.
I'll have to look
Yeah,
into this.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
believe it.
CNN reported it, so it's definitely fake news. Dude, did you see that shit? Like, I know he's done it several times, so it's kind of funny to even bring it up. But at a recent press conference, President Trump was like, "Nope, CNN, nope, fake news, no, you guys don't get to ask questions." And then one of the women, I can't remember her name, it started with an M, I think, from NBC.
Mhm.
Oh shit, was it NBC?
Anyway,
Anyways,
yeah.
from one of the other news organizations, again, fake news, nope. Oh, yeah, well, you're better than CNN. Maybe, not really. And then one of the Fox contributors came out after he gave, like, he asked his question, and he came out, he's contributing. He's like, I just want everybody to know that I know that lady.
Oh yeah, I
and
saw the response. I
she's-
saw that part.
Yeah, she's an honest, reputable reporter,
Yeah.
and this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
he
can
said,
say all those
what did he
words,
say? That
obviously,
she's
but-
as honest as the day is long, and I've known her
Wow.
since forever, and
That was right on, man.
Yeah.
As the day is long.
Yeah.
She's honest as fuck.
yep.
I couldn't be honest for a solid 24 hours, I don't think. Maybe. Well, I could, but not in bullshitting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to say something silly as a joke. Does
Yeah,
that count?
no, that doesn't count, man.
That doesn't count as like,
No,
okay,
no.
yeah, I could.
If-
I could use
unless you're
24
trying
hours.
to mislead somebody and get them to believe something
Oh.
that is false as a truth, I don't count that as dishonesty.
You know what? I don't even like that quote then, as the day is long, because I could do that. That should be really easy.
Well, it's
I don't-
supposed to be.
I
It's
don't like it.
probably some kind of
Yeah.
old.
When people lived for 4 days, and they're like, damn, that person was honest for a whole day.
Well, when you're out there
Ugh.
plowing the field with your mule and working from literally sun up to sundown, it probably feels like a fucking long day. Long,
That's
hot
true.
July day.
Yeah, people lived for 14 years. That day was a long fucking time, man.
Yep.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that. Huh.
Well, that's what I do. I make good points that might not be real, but they sound like they might
Oh,
be.
it was good.
Yeah.
I liked
All right,
that.
cool. We'll go
I
with
liked
it.
that.
Cool.
I don't know why during that conversation I went immediately to Ricky Gervais's movie The Invention of Lying, and it made me
Oh, yeah,
fuzzy
yeah.
inside. Like the first asshole that was like, I'm just gonna say something that's not true.
That was the first person that could talk. The first person that was proficient in the use of language.
It was so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Whoops. Yeah, I was talking to this Bush the other day. He was on fire. I don't know, he had a lot of shit to say. Yeah.
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 I wonder if
Lying, I'm sure,
you know, a
pretty
lot of that stuff. I really wonder if it was meant
Are
to
we
be
going Acacia?
metaphorical.
Oh, oh man. Well, I was listening to somebody, and they're talking about how they're like, I just want to say it was the acacia tree or bush or something like that. I could be wrong because my brain is.
Are you talking about that
But something like,
psychedelic?
yeah, something
Yeah.
like it's a bush that's heavily concentrated like DMT in it,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, it could have possibly been like some metaphysical, metaphorical thing for them burning this fucking DMT rich bush, which led them to like hearing the voice of God, which is all, you know, metaphorical bullshit, but that was one interpretation. And then I heard some shit about how I shouldn't even bring things up if I'm gonna butcher the story. Something how Christmas, Santa Claus, the red and white thing, leaving presents under a Christmas tree, is somehow possibly related to the growth of whatever mushroom in real life is like red and white and grows under the shade of a tree, which I'm sure is like an insane
Interesting.
amount of fucking fungi. So that's
Yeah.
probably.
I haven't heard
did-
that. I've heard every other Christmas.
Somebody's gotta like piece that story together for me. But I heard something how those are related, and then I'm sure the Christmas story itself with Santa and all that bullshit has some other.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up because
I
that
don't
sounds.
know. That was a fun one though. I
Yeah.
was like, hell yeah, man! Little mushroom presents under the Christmas tree.
Everything's
I dig it.
related to mushrooms. Everything.
Everything, yeah. If you,
Go back far enough.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They So did you see the thing about the 5,000-year-old frozen corpse that they found, and they recently
Is that the oldest one?
yeah, like
That's not the oldest one.
no, it was like 5,500 years, 5,700 years old, something like that. They found
about
him
that one
frozen
chick
in
they
like
found?
no, solid frozen like in ice. They were able to dissect his stomach,
Oh,
and
wow.
find
Oh, wow, okay.
what his last meal was, what kind of food was in his stomach, and he had a few grains. They said
he
it
was
was like
eating his own
40% of his contents was fat in his stomach.
Oh, really?
So it was like a super paleo diet. They were really surprised that he didn't have, you know, any fruity pebbles or high fructose corn syrup. But,
Oh, dude, you know what? Actually, and like bringing that up, so I went on a field trip with the little tiny man today,
yeah.
and like I try to be relatively responsible in packing the kids' lunches and everything like that. Like what? I don't know. They're little kids. They don't. Well, Cass does pretty good. Vinny doesn't eat shit. So it's like his main thing that he eats will be like pasta or a sandwich or I don't know, something kind of silly like that to where I wish he would eat something better. But I always try to throw in like apple slices, oranges, cherries. Like today me and Cass shared cherries, strawberries, apple slices, and then we each had a sandwich. And I look around and I look at all the fucking food these kids are eating. And it's like the kid next to me literally opened this package and it looked like, like angel food cake.
Yeah.
And then next to that, he had a muffin that was like sealed up and wrapped up. And then next to that, he had some other like processed baked good type thing. And that was his fucking lunch. And I was like, Yep. Dude. And then because he was right next to me, and I don't see what all the kids around Cass are eating like hardly ever at lunchtime. I just know what he eats. I start looking around and I'm like, this kid's got like a lunch bowl and this other kid has like a bag of like those individual bags of Cheetos and some other bullshit and goldfish and blah, blah, blah.
Man,
And I
that's
was
the
like,
standard diet for kids. I mean,
Holy
that's the
fuck.
American diet for children.
Dude, it like blew my mind. And I'm not saying like my kids ate goldfish today. Like I'm not trying to get on fucking high pedestal or anything like that.
No,
but,
you're making the larger point as a society what we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And like to our children, like I know children, it's so fucking hard to get kids to eat healthy stuff, you know, and that's why my kids,
Well, of course. I mean,
lunch box is packed full of like apples and stuff instead of carrots or celery or like,
Yeah.
you know, he's not eating goddamn broccoli sprouts in his fucking sandwich or something like that. But
Yeah, I mean mine are,
still,
but
man,
that's cool.
well, obviously, you can
Obviously.
be fucking Superman.
No, but yeah, no, I mean, sugar is addictive, and it's so bad for you. And once kids have it, you have to work to get them off, and you have to really try. If you go to a
Fucking
supermarket,
adults.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, you're right. But go to a supermarket, and if you just kind of sort of put on these goggles that filters out all the crap, things that are
Oh, yeah.
just, I mean, over processed, loaded with sugar and corn syrup, and look
mean,
around every aisle, you'll see one or two
Every fucking
things
aisle,
that
dude.
doesn't have that, and it just looks like a grocery store for creating diabetes, and
Yeah.
it's
Think about
really crazy.
how giant a grocery store is. Really, the only thing you need is the produce section, which is going to be on your far left or far right, which takes up a little wing. Your like meat produce or meat area or whatever, and then you can get away with some stuff like canned beans and shit like that or whatever. But for the most part, literally everything in between is some man-made food product that's not like a goddamn food for the most part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even, if you could have some dairy, cheese or whatever, throw in that and butter and stuff. I know that's still processed. That's not as bad. But dude, everything in a fucking box, which is everything in the middle, which is the majority of the store, is all just bullshit.
Yeah, that's the majority. I mean, you've
Too
been
many
overseas quite a bit, and
Oh yeah.
when you go to grocery stores, like when I lived in Germany or even South Korea, like you go to those grocery stores and it's a completely different world. I don't, you know what? Honestly, South Korea, they had a lot of processed crap too, but
Oh well, I mean, they're
in
so,
Germany,
like,
they had their grocery stores. They had more little local markets and much less of
See,
the big
yeah.
supermarkets. And they had fresh produce, and they had the aisles of crap were tiny. It was like one little section of the store, not the majority of the store.
well, that's like, shout out to Trader Joe's. I don't know if everybody has Trader Joe's. I know there are a few here. They're huge, like on the West Coast, but Trader Joe's is fucking awesome. They have their little. It's a tiny store. I know a lot of it's because they have their own brands of cereal and all that stuff. But they don't have like 4 aisles of bags of chips and fucking crackers and cookies and all of that shit, and the Gatorade and the Powerade and the blah 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 blah. That goes on for goddamn ever that you see in normal like supermarkets.
Yeah.
I fucking love Trader Joe's. And they have a dope ass wine section if you're in California on the East Coast.
Yeah, they do.
Unfortunately,
I
they
forgot
are not
that.
allowed to sell wine in grocery stores because
Yeah,
communism or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. It's
exactly.
probably Jesus related.
but yeah, I don't know if they even have a Trader Joe's out here. They have a Whole Foods, but
Fucking.
you can get Whole Foods now on Amazon. Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I know. Jeff was like, yes, please. One Whole Foods? Yeah, that's fine. You know what? I out of principle would love to fucking boycott Amazon. And it is so hard. It's so hard. Jeff has made it so difficult
Yeah.
for making life so easy. And that's the thing. I'm like, he's provided this really good service. I guess.
So what? Why would you want to boycott Amazon? For what?
I don't know,
reason?
man. Maybe I've been getting my head
Just feels
filled
like
with too much
too,
Bernie Sanders shit.
Just
No.
a large
Dude.
corporation that's running everything, and
I'm like, I would be okay if there was a large corporation that was running everything in a manner that they actually like. It felt like they cared about their employees and the customer and everything like that. Like I'm sure if I thought hard enough, I could come up with companies that kind of own that model of what a good corporation can be. And I know they're out there and I know they exist. I just don't fucking think Amazon is one of them.
I don't know.
All the shit.
I haven't really
Like all
heard
the
much
shit
bad.
that I see about their warehouse workers and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
How they fucking run, and I know they're working a warehouse job, but they basically burn and turn people out, and they
Yeah.
don't give a shit. And then it pisses me off when you have cities like Dallas, fucking Baltimore. What was Chicago vying for like HQ2 or whatever for Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
And people are cities we'll give you $100 million tax-free benefits for over the next 10 years if you
Yeah.
open HQ2 here. And it's like, because they're like, it's going to boost market growth in their area. And I'm like, well, is it?
Yeah, well, it's going
Is
to
it
provide jobs and
But that's the thing. I'm like,
and a
what
political
okay,
win.
they're like
Politicians can
40,000
say, "Hey, we brought in Amazon. We brought in all these jobs. We're
Right.
growing," and that's
Well,
I mean
fuck.
that's all it is.
I'm sure it's nice to have Jeff Bezos on your fucking side
Yeah.
if you're a governor of,
Yeah.
Texas, and
For
it's
sure.
like, Jeff, we hooked you up with all this shit. I know you need more money in your pocket somehow, but but it pisses me off when they come out and say, "Oh, it's gonna create 40,000 jobs." What are those fucking jobs? Are you
Yeah.
gonna get paid $12 an hour to murder yourself, to get fired and or quit in a year and a half,
Yeah.
and just burn out and turn that job over?
Yeah, and they'll
Like,
cut your
you're not
hours
gonna-
at 35 hours a week, so you don't get full-time
Yeah,
benefits.
Exactly.
And yeah,
Exactly. I mean, you listen to the horrific stories that come out of Amazon warehouses and stuff like that. And that's the kind of shit where I'm like, why the fuck am I putting, like, I am voting with my commerce dollar for Amazon every time I buy something, and it fucking pisses me off because I do it so often because it's
Yeah.
convenient and they have goddamn everything.
Yeah.
I even went recently to an actual store, and it's still like a big box store, but I was trying to feel better about it. I went to Target to buy Vinny a new bike because he needs a new fucking bike. And I went there, and they literally had two options for me. They had the pink one or the Spider-Man bike. And I was like, God damn it. Do a little bit better than that. And so then I was like, well, maybe I'll go to another store. I go on Amazon, and there are 50,000 different little teen bikes that I
Yeah.
can buy for Vin. And I'm like, fuck, man.
yeah, it's hard
So
to
I'm
compete.
not against the e-retailer or anything like that. But god damn it, like, I wish there's such a huge market for somebody to compete with Amazon, and I know like
Well-
Target and Walmart are trying to with faster delivery services.
I think
but
this is the same
Shit.
exact argument that was made against Walmart, 10, 15 years ago as they were really blowing up and getting, expanding like crazy. And people
Yeah,
were
that's
like
true.
saying,
That's a good
all the
point.
small town businesses are dying away. And
That's a
it
good
did
point.
kill a lot of those jobs. But they're also,
Yep.
that like, aren't they the biggest employer in the United States, Walmart?
it's something insane. Yeah.
And again, it's the same thing. Those jobs aren't the highest paying. They're, pretty low prestige type jobs. They don't really
I
take care
bitched
of
about
most
Walmart
of their
at the time
workers.
too. So.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. It's just the online model, and you don't have to get dressed up in your best sweats to shop on Amazon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That is a good point. I have some sweet fucking sweats though. I don't know if I'd call them sweats, but
Yeah,
my joggers are on point. Shout out to American Eagle for being a fucking
Oh.
baller. I don't give a shit. I wear that shit proudly. Dude, my pants too. They got like super stretchy jean pants, and they are so comfortable. I
Yeah.
can run with the kids in them, and fucking there's no loss of mobility or anything like that. I can run and jump.
Okay,
And if I was flexible, I could stretch, but I'm not, so it don't fucking matter. Anyways,
I could throw a football over that
Um,
mountain.
thanks to our second sponsor,
Oh, God.
American Eagle Outfitters. Go ahead and get your Stretch 360 jeans today. After you go to alexjones.com /
Why do you
Supply
torture
Shack.
me? Why?
That's alexjones.com / Supply Shack.
/
For all of your end of the world
lizard
needs.
people.
Lizard people.
All
They're real, man.
right.
I saw a chick actually getting interviewed today. Fuck, it was hilarious. By a guy, Tony English? Oh, Steve English? Anyways, she was basically saying that she was an alien from outer space and she was sent here to save our planet. And she was awesome. I fucking loved it.
Wow.
And those people exist.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Alex Jones doesn't sound so crazy to me now.
Oh, my God.
He at least thinks he's a human person. Maybe.
So, yeah. This coffee I'm drinking's pretty good.
Well, yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, totally.
Well, no, I need to get on a new coffee kick because I had to stop drinking coffee and it's retarded. But when I was at work, I couldn't drink. I would drink like 1 in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon because, god damn it. But it was messing my stomach up, like the acidity of coffee. And I don't drink it with anything. I just drink it black. I don't know if that's like a contributing factor. But it was starting to fuck my stomach up. I had to stop, man.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I enjoy a cup of coffee.
Yeah, the only thing I put in mine is that butter, the keto butter.
Oh, you go straight. Oh, you go straight butter coffee.
Yeah. And it took a couple weeks to get used to it. I started last October using butter instead of half and half. But no, I really like it now.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It grows
I
on you
wanted
quick.
to try that. Do you have to get a special kind of butter?
Well,
Am I retarded for asking
No,
that?
no. Depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're doing it for like the keto and trying to get into ketosis and stay into ketosis, then you get the butters with the
exogenous ketones.
Yeah, well, what is it? The MCTs or MTCs?
Oh, MCT oil.
MCT oils. Yeah.
Oh man.
And Ghee butter, whatever that is.
I got some
grass-fed, fucking all-natural butter, whatever. They do it for me, send it to me in a bottle. I don't have to know how it works.
I got some new
and I got it on Amazon.
Of course. Well, yeah, man. I just bitched about Amazon. I just ordered shit today.
Yep.
I was like, I need to get a little kickboard for Vinny for the pool. It's like, Amazon will get that to me. They're like, we'll have it to you tomorrow. I was like, well, all right.
Yep.
Thanks, Jeff.
No
Thanks,
taxes.
Jeff.
No
Sorry.
free shipping.
So I pay taxes.
Oh, it depends on, I think, the state, right?
I don't know. I know that I pay taxes now, but I remember it happening after that legislation coming through about yes, you're right. The taxes are based on your state, but e-retailers had to start charging state taxes.
Maybe I should pay attention more to how much I'm paying.
Whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna buy it either way. Pay taxes here or there, whatever.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam's gonna get his. It's all good. Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, I got oh my god, what's the cannabis derivative that you put on joints and
CBD?
stuff? Yes, I got some of that while I was in California for my back and stuff. And it's been pretty legit. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to not placebo this shit too much.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for long-term effects or if I can be more cognizant of it.
Yeah.
But anyways, afterwards I had taken it because it was an oral one and I have a rub-on one too. And then I was reading through the ingredients after. I looked through them, but I looked through them a little bit more thoroughly, and it was MCT oil is used to make this, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know how much MCT oil I just took, and this could be seriously problematic. I didn't know if it was gonna be an emergency or not. For everybody who doesn't know, MCT oil is great for your gut and it keeps everything moving, but literally if you go just a fraction of a tiny bit over what the prescribed dosage, it'll be fucking fire in the hole immediately.
That's what's going on. I did not know that.
Yes, there is no pucker strength in the world that will keep you from fucking erupting under those circumstances.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty
buyer beware.
Pretty well acclimated to that.
To the butthole puckering?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Good for you, man.
Yeah, I think
I've
only had one accident in my adult life.
Oh, please.
No, seriously,
I'm way
man.
past that. I'm so way
But
past that.
it was a water. Anyways, okay. We're off the rails.
MCT oil, beware.
Yeah.
There should be a giant disclaimer on the box, even though I guess that would probably keep a lot
Just
of people.
an exploding butthole logo.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be a butt volcano. They're shit, man. They do with cigarettes in other countries. They have to have the people that are dying and their faces are falling off. MCT oil now has to have explosive diarrhea on the front of the package.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
So
did we plan on talking about anything specific? I can't remember what we
well, I think
chatting
we were
about.
gonna I think you were gonna educate me on some of this.
I doubt that.
President Donnie J going to Europe. I don't really know a whole lot about it.
Oh, yeah, that's
Europe's
what I-
protesting and they're pissed off and all that shit.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So I mean, millions.
didn't he
I
meet
think.
with Merkel?
Yeah.
recently?
That was a few days ago. He met with them, and then he went to England, and he met with Theresa May, and then today the Queen.
That was yesterday or today.
Yeah, and then then he broke all the protocol and blah blah. I don't really give a shit about that. He's an
Look,
idiot.
I don't
We know.
Look, I'm gonna say some stuff.
All
I'm
right.
gonna say some stuff, and I probably haven't said it vehemently enough on this podcast. I guess we haven't had enough shows for people to even know my like political.
Yeah,
whatever
you're a
ideology.
communist. We know.
Yeah, but so the way that I look at it, without knowing all of the facts, is that besides it being President Trump and the way that he handles situations, I don't think it's unfair for him to ask NATO allies to contribute more, or at least be contributing as much as the U.S. is in defense spending. Like if we're spending 2% of our GDP, which is a fuckload of money, and I don't even want to compare numbers because that's not fair at all. To say like a state or a country like Germany should be putting in the amount of money that someone like that's unrealistic.
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
even possible.
It-
but percentage-wise,
Yeah.
it makes sense for all of us to being allies. Be like, hey, I will do 1%. Can everybody do 1%? Okay, cool. Everybody should be able to do the same percentage, and I think that's fair. And I don't think that's too much for him or any other president to ask. And I remember under President Obama, at some point, and presidents before him, kind of vying for the same thing, not as adamantly as President Trump is, but it's fucking fair, man. Like, come on.
So under Obama, they did come to an agreement, like 4 or 5 years ago, and they've been incrementally increasing their spending, and the deadline was by 2024 to match.
Right.
You know, everybody
Correct.
would be at a certain spot.
Yeah.
And we kind of had an agreement, and
Yeah.
so Trump was correct in his criticism of the countries that weren't meeting sort of the markers, you know, that were kind of set. But where he goes off the rails is by treating our allies like idiots and making them look bad while embracing dictators around the world. You know, there's a diplomatic way to treat your friends and not embarrass them and turn them into adversaries. And then he just takes everything too far, you know, like he has a legitimate point, okay, and then he'll take it to some crazy place and
Yeah.
push it too far, and then it's like, man, you could have had, you know, basically the entire country could have agreed to this principle, like, okay, this makes sense. You know, and also, what, you know, if you're worried about how much we're spending on NATO, let's lower our defense budget a little bit, you know, let's lower,
Oh, God. Well,
you know what
that's
I mean?
like
take some of
that's a
those,
whole-
close a couple bases overseas, and bring all those troops home, and
That's a whole other huge argument that pisses me off when people are like, we can't give our fucking kids free education. Bitch, why?
Yeah.
Because we spend how many fucking hundreds of billions or trillions of dollars on the defense budget? Like,
oh, there's
get
like
the fuck
there's
outta
like
here.
20 things we could go
Get
down
the fuck
and
outta
name
here.
that would pay for education for everybody.
Dude, and it's not, the education thing's not even that big of a bill.
No,
like,
no, the
real-
tax
you know.
breaks that they just gave the
It's
you know
insane.
the wealthiest. Not even just keep the tax breaks for, you know, middle class and lower. Just the ones the wealthiest got would pay for free education.
Yeah. What was the year of education for college students? Was it like $80 billion? Did I make that up? Was it somewhere around there? 60?
Oh,
60 or 80?
I don't remember the exact number, to be honest.
I mean, I'm not saying that's a small number, but when you're looking at the fucking pie,
Well, they
it's
just
a
gave
small
away
slice.
$2 trillion.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Exactly. On some bullshit.
Yeah. Compared
like,
to
oh,
$2
no.
trillion, even
How much
80
did they
billion
spend?
is a tiny
How much
number.
did they spend on that new plane that doesn't work still?
Oh,
I was talking to
God.
somebody about this recently, and I like totally fudged the numbers. And I was like, I was so confident when I said
Fake
it. I was
news.
like, man, I think I just made that up.
Yeah. I mean, that's
But
the
I
world
mean,
we live in, right?
The point was kind of still valid. It's like, oh, they spent hundreds of billions of dollars creating the new. What is it?
The F-35?
F-35.
Yeah.
There you go. And then they were like done with it, and they're like, oh no, it can get hacked. And you're like, well, that's probably not great. Back to the drawing board, and they're like, you know,
Yeah.
we're 250 billion deep, and we haven't even produced
Oh,
anything.
man.
Not a big deal. And I'm like, dude, gotta get that. Oh man.
Yeah.
Military-industrial complex.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh.
God.
I'm not saying we don't need defense, but god damn, man.
Yeah. There's
Ugh.
a little bit of waste going on.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what bothers me politically also is like, and I get it's hard because like I get it, but at the same time, like I know, and I feel, and I agree with our president is just so bad. He's just so bad, and he's just so bad. But it bothers me when people almost root for him to do bad. Because I'm like, he's still in charge, no matter what you want to say. Like, wouldn't you hope that somehow he's going to do good? Like, fuck. I don't know.
That's a complicated feeling because I go back and forth on that too.
Like, I get that you want him to do bad so we can, or I don't even want to say we, so that a better elected official can take over in 2020.
Yeah.
Whoever that may be. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm rooting for whoever the fuck's in office. You know why? Because I got kids and I got me, and like, let's not blow the world up. Which President Trump's probably the worst.
Yeah.
He's a pretty terrible example of rooting for someone to not do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, you know what I mean? You want to root for the person who's in power to goddamn hopefully do the work. Do well.
Yeah. I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think most people are wanting him to fuck things up. I think they
see the inevitability of it.
I think they kind of revel in, the moments when he's just a complete imbecile.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like,
Told you guys.
Man, come on, look, see, this is what you voted
assholes.
for. Like, this is what we're saying.
I mean, I get that.
And so
Yeah,
the people on one side get more dug in, and the other people on the other side get more outraged and more vocal
It's
about
true.
their criticism. And I think that's more.
No, you're
what it
right.
is.
You're right.
They like being right.
I agree.
Not the fact that he's actually, ruining our country to a point.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. It's oh my god. I told you the thing, the quote that he was talking about. Oh god, did I say this on the last podcast?
Oh, I don't know.
Damn, I might have. I don't know. He was talking about how he had broken Elton John's records with attendance and all of that shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think I brought that up. Anyways.
Yeah.
If
I just
not-
heard the content of the conversation he had with Kim Jong Un.
Oh
and
man, I
he
avoided
explained
that shit.
what Rocket Man was to him.
Oh god, but he brought that up
Yes.
to explain it.
He said, do you know who Elton John is? And do you know the song Rocket Man? And,
He's like, that's high praise
he said,
in our country.
He said, Kim Jong-un apparently hadn't heard of him. And Trump's like, oh, he's a great, great singer. Everybody loves him. And it's a great song. And like tried to spin it that way. And like, oh my God, it's just so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
Dude, no spoilers, but oh shit, what was the movie I just watched? Oh, not it's god.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Statesman's in it. The
States.
the English like spy movie that came out.
The Kingsman?
Kingsman.
Yeah.
Did you watch the second one?
No, I didn't watch the first one. They look like garbage to me. Sorry.
You should watch
I'm a
it.
movie
You
snob.
should.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's a fun ride. Like, I agree. I usually don't like these kind of. It's a fun ride. And the second one, no spoilers. Elton John's in it. That motherfucker.
I think I was flipping through the TV and I saw that that scene.
You should. You could.
That was like at the end of the
sort
movie,
watch
right?
this. No,
Oh.
it's like he's. I mean, he's not a huge role, but
Yeah.
he's scattered throughout the movie.
Okay.
He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think I watched like 30 seconds of it when I was flipping through HBO. And
It's worth it just to watch
Nope.
Elton John
Nope.
be
Can't do it,
fucking
man.
funny. Worth it. It was a good movie. It was fun.
It
was fun.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
All right, that's fair. I mean, I would usually agree with you in these kind of situations.
Yeah.
And actually, I totally snubbed off the original Kingsman. I was on deployment. It was like, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. And then I watched it while I wasn't on deployment. So I didn't have this like, well, I got nothing better to do,
Yep.
so of course it's gonna be great. I watched it in real world circumstances, and it held up. It was entertaining, man. It was entertaining.
That's cool.
I mean, it was
You know, I
silly.
have nothing wrong with
It's silly
movies
as
that
fuck,
you
but-
know aren't based in any kind of reality. That just for pure entertainment, value. Like that's totally fine. It just didn't really appeal to me.
It's fine. No, you're an asshole.
Yeah,
It's
no.
It's okay.
Man, if things
fine.
are
I think-
if things are too shiny and bright and happy and they're not dark enough, like I usually get just bored and I'm like, where's
well, see?
the pain and
Those are
suffering?
dark. They're dark movies.
No, shut
bro.
up.
They
are
are.
not.
I mean, they're not like fucking film noir, like, oh, you're gonna be walking around with fucking hair swooped over your eyes or some shit like that. But it's not happy-go-lucky. Like, bad things happen.
Oh, do they?
Do
It's a
do
modern
they ever?
tragedy.
Do they ever?
Man.
So,
It's gonna give
whatever, man.
Schindler's List a run for its money.
Well, first of all,
I remember telling people when I was like 19, we were talking about, oh, what's your favorite movie, all the time. I'm like, Schindler's List, and like,
oh god, who was it? Were you the asshole that said that?
yeah,
Oh my,
it's a great fucking movie, man.
dude, you're the worst. Yeah, but you still can't say
Well-
it. Everybody knows it's unspoken.
Well, yeah, I was an idiot, but it's still a fucking good movie, man. It'll still make me just cry, and then if I
You know
watch
what?
that thing, it'll get stuck in my mind
it's-
for a month, like just
Oh,
thinking
dude,
about it. And I'll walk
don't.
around my life,
Don't do that.
just analyzing, like, what am I doing?
no.
Like, where is the
I know when
meaning
it
in
would-
every action I do?
No, when it would come on TV, because sometimes it would run for like 4 hours during the day because of commercials. There's no fucking way I'm watching that shit. Not because of the time, but just I don't need to fall into a deeper depression than I already live in. Like, come on,
Yeah,
dude.
no, you're right. I just,
Fuck that.
I'm a sucker for being depressed, apparently.
No, you know what you do? Every time you see Schindler's List come on, you smack yourself in the balls and you watch Mars Attacks instead, and fucking
Dude,
go
Mars
on with your
Attacks is
life.
great.
I'm saying it is.
Super underrated.
It'll make you fucking happy as
Yeah.
shit, and you won't be depressed.
See, that's the type of movie, like, it's silly and over the top, but it doesn't take itself seriously. So I
know.
appreciate that. I feel like
Dude,
The
Mars
Kingsman,
Attacks is a
I haven't seen it, but it's the type of movie
You
that
haven't.
tries to take itself too seriously.
Why are you talking out of your ass?
Because I just feel like,
Dude, because of my feelings.
yeah,
I feel.
hey, you have to make judgments in life, and you can't.
You do.
yeah.
You do. Well,
Am I wrong?
no,
Okay,
I
okay.
don't totally disagree
Okay,
with you.
cool.
If that was the case, then I would have to make myself see every fucking piece of shit film that's produced, and
Mhm.
I refuse to do that, obviously.
Yep.
But I will watch Mars Attacks on the reg.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Fifth Element in a while, and I need to watch that. I don't know why I just thought about it, but I fucking should.
Oh man, I really like The Fifth Element, but I had such a bad memory of it when it came out. I forced my girlfriend in high school to go see it with me.
Oh, I was gonna
And,
say you better be careful the next words that come out of your mouth. Say I forced my girlfriend in high school.
and I was
live
like,
in a new
she
age,
wanted to
bro.
go see, I don't know, something else, which was probably really fucking stupid.
It's probably terrible.
I don't know, like Jerry Maguire or Titanic or something.
Jerry Maguire was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I know.
Titanic was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I didn't see Titanic until I was like 10 years old. I refused.
Yeah, you should not see that movie ever.
Yeah, but
That bitch, he could have gotten on that fucking door too, or done something.
yeah,
She is such an asshole.
he was just trying to get away from her. But
That's probably what it was. He was like, "Fuck
Yeah.
this."
actually, what happened was he pretended to sink, and then he fucking swam off, found his own board, and went somewhere else, and just kind of
He's just
hit it
been
and
living
quit
his
it.
life. He was like, I couldn't get rid of this fucking rod. The fucking ship was sinking.
had to fucking save
She
her
just kept
life like
following me
12
around.
times. Like, god damn.
Fucking retarded.
Um.
Ugh.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, so the Fifth Element. So my
Yeah.
girlfriend, we were at the Mall of America, and God, she was so like ruthless. Like she hated that movie. It was our like senior trip to Mall of America. Fucking great. But one of her friends went with her, and They both just hated it and were laughing at it like in
How
the
do you
worst
hate
way.
that movie?
They weren't into sci-fi. They thought it was
I guess high
stupid, and
school.
so the whole time I was just
Yeah.
sitting there like fuming, watching this, and like it was just not an
Gary Oldman?
enjoyable experience.
God damn it! I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Well, dude, watch it again.
Oh,
and
I've
be
seen that
happy.
since then. I definitely have come to appreciate it. And,
Okay, but you
Mia
still have to, like,
Jovovich is
reconcile
like
the
one of my
fact
favorite people on earth
yeah.
because of that movie. And obviously because of Resident Evil too. But
Oh God, honestly, I don't watch anything that she's in except for The Fifth Element. I know she's been in like all of the Resident
Yeah.
movies, all 28 of them or
Yeah.
some shit, but I haven't watched it.
they're not that good.
I haven't
The
watched
first
any of
one is
They're
watchable.
definitely not going to be good. They're going to be the Kingsman's definitely better than Resident Evil.
I mean, Resident Evil has a
100%.
couple things that are just
You got to get the fuck out of here with
Has-
this right now. If you're going to defend Resident Evil against yeah.
I'll tell you why. I'll give you 3 points.
I will watch Resident Evil if you watch Kingsman, and we can compare
Okay.
notes.
I'll give you 3 points at why Resident Evil is salvageable. Mia Jovovich, done.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a
Let's
post-apocalyptic.
give me your 1 and 2. I'll give you 1 and 2.
It's a post-apocalyptic themed movie, which I obviously enjoy a lot of.
You do revel in
Yeah,
that.
and it's got like zombies and monsters and DNA mutations, so it's more of a monster movie.
Is it scary?
No, the first one was
see, that
creepy.
was-
The first one had some creepy shit. They got kind of more
That
over
was-
the top and more silly after that, but the first one had some spooky shit.
That was going to be its redeeming quality for me, because like the games are actually scary to play. I haven't played any of them, but like I know they were supposed to come out with some Resident Evil. I think I played like the beta or some shit with the guy from The Walking Dead was going to be like the face and an actual character, or I don't know. He was like character acting the character for the game, but it was actually fucking scary. Like it was a scary game to play. So if the movie was some fright fest along with zombies and her being hot, then I'd be like, you know, right, I've been looking at this the wrong way, but it's not even fucking scary, bro.
Yeah, no, it's more of just like
Damn it.
it's a zombie survival movie. You know, like almost none of those are scary. You know, even like Dawn of the Dead. You know, I really like that one, especially what was it, the 2005 remake?
yeah.
You know, it wasn't scary.
Oh, yeah, then
but
that's
it
what I was
was
going, the new one,
entertaining.
yeah.
It was good. So I don't mind those movies not being scary as long as there's something about them. Like it was surprisingly funny.
I feel like 28 Hours Later was pretty scary. Was it 27?
Yeah, 20 hours. Yeah,
28 hours.
It
That was
28
a
days,
scary
I
fucking
think,
movie.
wasn't it?
Is that what
Yeah.
it was?
28
Maybe
days.
you're right. That was a pretty scary fucking zombie movie, man.
Yeah.
Those fuckers hustled.
Well, they weren't true zombies, but
That's a zombie you don't
Yeah.
want, though. The one that
the
is,
adrenaline rush, crazed, super zombies. Yeah.
exactly. Those ones on The Walking Dead, they just kind of like.
Fuck. Oh, don't
You
get me
know.
started on The Walking Dead, man.
I
I was a fan, you know, for the
stopped
first
watching a while
season,
ago.
and I have all the same critiques that everybody
Yeah.
has, pretty much. I remember, I think it was
Oh yeah.
third got better, fourth and fifth, maybe even six were really solid, but they've just they've thrown away any like believable credibility. You know, I mean, 9-year-old kids are walking up and just stabbing him with a pocket knife in the head and killing
Right,
through
yeah,
the bone,
exactly.
and like there's no danger except
Yeah.
for when there's a plot that can be
Yeah.
furthered by
Exploited.
a zombie bite. That's the
Yeah.
only time anyone's
Well,
gonna get bitten.
I remember they used to have like fucking belts of ammo or like magazines of ammunition, and they were like, we might be fucked, but now they can just run up and punch one in the fucking
Yeah.
dick, and
Yeah.
that's it. And they're just like doing it for shits and giggles
Yeah.
at this point. I don't know. I mean, I gave up on it years ago, but
I'm
that's
just
where
too
I was at. I was
invested.
like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I wanted all of them to get eaten, and once that happened, and I knew it wasn't gonna happen, I was like, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
done. Fuck all. of
Well,
you.
I will say that Jeffrey Morgan
Spoiler
Dean,
alert.
I think is his name, who plays Negan. He's like been the bad guy for the last 2 seasons. God damn, he's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And Andrew
yeah,
Lincoln
that's probably
is still, a badass, the main character.
the
Yeah.
cop guy. Yeah, I don't know. See, I wanted him. I hated his character. I wanted him to
Oh,
die so
man.
bad. Whenever I stopped watching the show, I was like, "Fuck this pussy!" Like,
Oh,
get
he
outta
became
here, bro.
hardcore, man.
He was all like crying and indecisive.
Yeah, no,
and
he
shit. And like,
changed.
I get real world situation. I would piss and shit my pants every day if I was being chased by zombies. Like, I get it. But like, come on, man, you got to be the fucking little leader. And you got to goddamn your kid with
So
you.
you
Like,
must have only
man the
watched the
fuck
first
up.
couple seasons.
I swear, I got through like
I don't
5.
know,
I
man,
think.
because
I remember
it
when
was like
okay,
fifth
the last
season
thing
where
I
he
remember,
like kills a guy by like chewing his neck off, like taking just a big
Oh
chunk
no,
out of his jugular.
I would have loved to have
Oh,
seen
dude,
that.
it's great.
Maybe I did. I was half
He
into
goes
it
insane,
and
like full on psycho, like with bloodlust.
Oh, we'll see. I could have gotten
Yeah.
behind that. I could have gotten behind
Like,
that. The last thing I remember is like, spoiler alert.
yeah,
which
no,
you
yeah,
should be
too,
way
it's too
past
late.
this.
You get
Is when they got to like the little town and they put him in like a boxcar.
yes,
And they were
yeah.
cannibal. They were like a cannibal
Terminus.
society.
That was the name of the yep.
I don't know. That's where I tapped out. I was like,
Oh,
fuck
it got
this shit.
good, man. The first episode, after they got captured, was brutal. They were straight like executing people hog style, like necks over a drain bin and just slicing the throats and
Oh,
dude,
yeah. So they were going
that's
straight.
for me. That's when it
fucking
really started
nice.
to take a turn for the better that season, and then
See, I hit that
yeah,
low point.
you did.
Then,
You
that
really
lull.
did.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains.
Season
it a
2
little bit.
was
I'm glad to hear that they
super
picked it up.
lame right up until the very end of season 2. Super boring when they're on the farm, and then
Yeah. Yep.
season 3, what happened
Yep.
after they left the barn? I think they were just kind of scattered for a while, and then they found each other when they went to Terminus, and then that's when they got captured. So you only watched the first 2 seasons, maybe the first 3 seasons, yeah.
Something like that. Like I remember. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. Whatever. This is turning into like the Talking Dead, and
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck's going on, anyways.
No,
so.
I'm telling you, Matt, go back, pick up where you left off, and just watch it, because the first episode, it really
Maybe.
takes a spike.
Maybe I'll put it on as like
Yeah,
background noise. I could do that. As long as I don't have to sit and actually dedicate my time to something.
Yeah,
I
it's a
might be
good background show.
Yeah, I could do that.
But
know.
at this point, though, I wish I hadn't got so invested, because I probably wouldn't pick it up. The last season,
And you're trying to talk me? This is ridiculous.
last season pissed me off so much, with so much
You just lost
unbelievable.
all of your credibility. I won't watch it now.
But 4, 5, 6, I think 7. Wait, no, this last one was 7, right? I don't know. 4, 5, and 6 for sure for me were worth watching.
Dude, getting off that topic, thank God, is guess who's coming to town on August 1st? I'm fucking stoked
August
about
1st, hold
this.
on. Joe Rogan.
August 1st? No, you're way off. Actually, he fucking never comes around
He's
here,
coming
dude.
here.
Like, never. He went to Boston and filmed a special, but that's too far for me to just be like, I'm just gonna go.
He's
real
he's
quick.
coming to Kansas City in August.
Fucking
It's
good
like
for
2 hour
you.
drive. I might go down there.
We have Baltimore, DC, and even Virginia. Like, but he never. Joe Rogan, will you fucking come to DC, please?
He's
This
still
is some
announcing.
bullshit.
Like new. They're
I know, yeah, it's
yeah.
tour
So,
dates.
as he
Fucking
works his way
asshole.
across the country.
Oh, Bill Burr's coming to Baltimore soon.
Oh,
That's not
shit.
who I was talking about. Fucking Avenged Sevenfold
Oh, yeah?
is gonna be at Jiffy Lube Live on August 1st, which I'm stoked about after having seen
Yeah.
them. And like everybody can talk all the shit
yeah.
you want. I don't care. I like Avenged Sevenfold, but after seeing them live and their fucking, dude, their guitars are so fucking
that's true,
insane,
yeah.
dude. That's honestly, as soon as I saw the tour dates, and I was like, I can go because it's like an hour and a half away. I just pictured their fucking lead
That
guitarist
dude is
and
amazing.
just being like, oh my god, I have to just go be in the presence of
Yeah.
that, and that's kind of
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yeah, I hear you. We were pretty drunk when we saw him. Mild statement, right? And I remember I text somebody that I had a spirited discussion about Avenged Sevenfold, and they were like, "Oh, they're garbage," and I was like, "No, what?"
Yeah, get the fuck
And
out
then
of here.
when I was watching him at Rock on the Range, we were sitting there. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this is great. And I texted that person. I was like, I don't care what you say, they're awesome. But they had the whole concert recorded, like high def and everything. So I went back like a week after we got back from Columbus, and
Yeah.
the vocals were pretty shoddy. Like, I think we had kind of our beer goggles on, so to speak, when we were listening to it.
Well, they played
I
what's
know
it called?
a little
Which
piece of
which
heaven.
They don't play.
It was amazing
Yes.
live in that state of mind.
That
Like
was
I had a blast.
Bro.
I don't care. Like I had a blast. But I think
No,
that
you
the
can't
absence of their
convince me
drummer
otherwise.
is what I noticed on the video, and noticing, with the stage camera right there, like that all of his parts were recorded and played back. There was no live singing of that part. It just, and that contrasted with his live vocals, it just, I was like, oh man, it's hard without him. It's
I'm gonna have to at some point this weekend, like, have a drink or two, pop on the fucking VR goggles and literally relive that entire song, just like it's a real thing. That's
Josh has
happening.
been asking me to tell you to upload that concert to our file.
You know what's I can upload. I'll send you
Yeah.
all of the files through Drive. But I am having such a hard time figuring out, and it's because I'm just stupid, but figuring out how to get the 360 video files or even still image files to play on the Oculus, and it's fucking. I sat here for hours the other day, just like, how do I do this? What the fuck? And Google's
Just
not
get on
helping.
Reddit, man. They'll have everything broke down for you.
I do. Well, I did. I went through some fucking Reddit threads, and they were like, well, you should just add to the whatever file name _ 360, and Oculus will fucking
Anyways,
pick it
load it up.
And I'm like,
I'll fuck
that's
around with
not
it too.
working.
And yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna relive that shit. It's gonna be amazing. I don't give a fuck what
No, I
anyone
want to
else say.
relive it.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
it
so much
was.
fun.
Yeah.
Woo! So anyways, I might go do that just so I can sit there and watch him play guitar for an hour and a half.
And you got Greta Van Fleet recorded too, right? On that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of Greta things. I think I have like a full song of Greta, which anybody that doesn't know who Greta Van Fleet is, like, go out and listen to that shit right now. And better yet, if you enjoy the music even a tiny bit, you have to see them live. It's fucking insane.
I was surprised at how crisp and how on point everything was for those guys being so young.
They still hold up as one of the top 3 my favorite performances of that entire weekend. Easy.
Man, they might be my favorite. Like,
I mean, it was.
I can't think of.
It was up there. It's hard because you're comparing against. I've never seen Tool live before.
See, I don't remember. Unfortunately, I don't remember Tool much. It's all blurry and kind of those patchwork memory. I kind of browned out on
sure.
Tool. But yeah,
for sure. I think I was there too, but it was just like the occasion of being in the presence of all of that was like,
and I was too close. I think.
I mean,
for Tool. Like, I was way down there in that massive crowd, just out of my mind, and I just remember
that was insanity.
Speaker just right in my face.
Oh, so good for you.
Hey, whatever. I've seen him a few times, so I'm good.
But it's true. I mean, Greta held up. I would say possibly one or two of the best performances of the weekend.
Yeah.
Easy.
Alice in Chains was pretty on point too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, I was trying to think of the headliners the other day because I was telling my buddy about Rock on the Range, and I came up with most of them, but I totally forgot about Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Damn. And then I was trying to think of
Breaking Benjamin.
Oh, Baby Metal.
Baby Metal.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. No, I was trying to pull Baby Metal's name out of my ass, and I just kept describing it.
So,
just you'll find it.
When me and Josh got back, we made his wife and I think like his dad Like everybody were like, oh, you gotta check this out. It's the craziest thing. And we put it on, and it was just blank looks. Like, what the fuck are you showing me right now?
Oh, for
And
sure.
it,
Sure.
you know, is one of those things you just had to be there. But yeah,
Dude, you have to be there.
yeah. No, that shit
I
was
mean-
fun. Like it was legitimately fun to go down and see that.
Yeah.
But Breaking
That was,
Benjamin, man, I always hated on him a little bit. I always seemed a little too mainstream and kind of almost poppy and kind of, you know, but you
I
know
agree.
what? God damn, they killed it. They were so good.
I mean, I liked Breaking Benjamin, but like for everybody else, it was too like poppy or mainstream. Which I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
I get it. It's like poppy rock.
It's like radio-friendly
I don't know
rock.
How to categorize any of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. I don't care what you call it, but
Dude,
I
they
liked
were
that
good.
shit. It was good.
They put on a hell
They
of
were
a
good.
show, and God,
Yeah.
yeah, so good.
I forgot how many of their songs I liked
Yeah.
until I was like, I know
Yep.
all of
It was-
these.
yeah.
Of course, they played the bangers, and that was it. You know. For the
Yeah, but
festival,
still, it was like 12. You know, like I mean, it was a
Yeah.
full set, and from start to finish,
Dude.
it was awesome. So
Yeah, that was.
I take back everything I ever said about Breaking Benjamin, or didn't say about him.
Yeah, that's what it was. You had to
Yeah,
stand up for
yeah.
them. You'd be like, no, they're a legit good band. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Shields. Fuck you. No, man, they're really good. I'm gonna go study right now. Like, fuck you, Shields.
Mostly it was
Pussy.
like, oh man, they're my favorite band, and I was like, get the fuck out of here, garbage shit.
Get the.
You know, like stuff like that. Like
And then you're in the corner of your room by yourself,
Yeah.
hiding, masturbating, and listening to their music all at
Dude,
the same time while
how'd you
hating on
know?
everybody else.
yeah.
No, I know, man. I was.
Oh, I got a
there.
good masturbation story for you offline too. Like,
Nothing is offline.
just to say, it
Damn
involves
it.
Ambien and no memory and waking up and my house was destroyed. So, yeah.
Oh, good for you. I feel like you won
I
that
don't
night.
know. I don't know if there were winners.
Those are all the good things. All right, we're gonna wrap this up on an ambient fueled,
Yeah.
masturbating, I don't know, marathon, I guess, which somehow results in the
Well,
destruction.
not
of your
destruction.
house.
It was just fucking messy, and there was things like my computer mouse. I don't even know where the fuck that is. Like I had to go dig one out for this. Yeah.
God damn it. All right. So with that, love y'all. Thanks for listening. Maybe we'll have an after hours of Chris telling his ambient.
Yeah, I don't know.
jerk
That's
off
just for
story.
you,
I doubt
man.
it though. I doubt it. All right. Anyways, love y'all. Be good to each other, and tune in next time. Hopefully, we'll have another episode for you soon.
All right, Lee.